How are y'all today? So, today we are going to have the AMA series. You know what is AMA series? Not the MMA, AMA. It's called Ask Me Anything. Yeah. So before we start, let me see. On my left, is there anyone who is new? I think we have a gentleman behind. Yeah. So tell us your name and how you got to know this group.
Good afternoon. My name is Anthony.
Yes.
I got to know this group through my friend. Yesterday we went to the event for the liberation.
Yes.
So she told me about you have teaching class, so just come along to that.
Very good. Welcome. Yeah. So saw them yesterday. Came for the life liberation, and then in the afternoon they sent me to the Buddhist fellowship for a talk, and then here we are. Very good. So on my right, maybe you could tell us your name and then how you got to know about this group.
My name is Hui San. My friend recommended me here, so I just came around.
I see. And your friend is not here?
No, because I asked him which one around is the teaching is like simple and I may just able to join just like that.
Okay. Good. Welcome. Hui San. Hui San. Welcome. So, welcome to SGC, where we have short chanting, short meditation, and maybe not so short but not so long Dharma sharing. Today's topic is Ask Me Anything, Misconceptions about Buddhism. But feel free to ask me anything as well, not just about misconceptions about Buddhism. So who would like to start first? Oh, okay.
Okay. So for you, today during the life liberation, we were reading the Gui. So that part, there's one part that says that what Liang Zhu Zun and Zhong Zhong Zun. So I'm not very sure. What's the meaning of that?
Oh, is there a misconception?
No.
Yeah. So that is part of the recitation for in the Buddhist tradition for administering refuge. So it's a set of verses. 归佛归法归僧. Yeah. So it starts off with this opening verse, which is basically taking refuge in the Buddha, in the Dharma, and in the Sangha. Together, these three in Buddhism is known as the triple gem, or the three refuges. The triple gem serve as the three refuges. So Buddha, do we know what we mean by Buddha? You all know? You all know? Oh, very good. What is Buddha? What do we mean by Buddha? Buddha means 佛陀. What we mean by 佛陀 Buddha? Where's the bus stop in front of the building? Where's the building behind the bus stop? So when we say we take refuge in the Buddha, the Buddha refers to, firstly, we can say the historical Buddha. So in the past, when I read some books, it would highlight this, referring to the historical Buddha. But there's a reason why You know, why call Shakyamuni Buddha the historical Buddha? Yeah, he's known as the historical Buddha because within the present known history of mankind, there was this person, yeah, who was known as Siddhartha, Prince Siddhartha, and then he left the palace, practiced in various ways under different teachers and so on, and ultimately discovered the path, a path of cultivation on his own, attained to what we call enlightenment, become awakened, yeah, and thereby known as the awakened one, a Buddha, yeah. So he's known as the historical Buddha because historically he is the one who is known to have done it first. So, but if in this world he's the only one, then we don't have to say historical Buddha. Yeah. So in the Buddhist teaching, we say that there are Buddhas before him. Yeah. But historically, he is the one that we know of. There would be future Buddhas also, yeah, but they have not arisen yet. So when we say we take refuge in the Buddha, we take refuge in him first and foremost. Yeah. But even more importantly, then there's a second meaning, which is that anyone who is awakened, yeah, because the word Buddha basically means an awakened one. So we take refuge in the Buddha in these two ways. Yeah, firstly, in the historical Buddha, and then secondly, in anyone who has reached this state. Then secondly, we take refuge in the Buddha, then his teaching. Yeah, because when we say we take refuge in the Buddha, it means to take refuge in him as our teacher. Yeah. And if you take someone as your teacher, then of course his teaching, yeah, becomes what he teaches becomes your a guide for you. Yeah. It'd be funny if you go to a school and then you say that this is your teacher, yeah, but you don't attend the class. Yeah. You say that this so and so is your teacher, but you don't know what this person teaches. So taking refuge in the Dharma is an extension of the first refuge. Yeah. Meaning that in whatever that the Buddha has taught, yeah, we take refuge in. But in that sense, then minimally is to know what the Buddha has taught. Yeah. Then after that would be taking refuge in the Sangha. And again, Sangha refers not just to one particular teacher or Sifu, but to all Mahasangha, including those who are enlightened. Yeah. So that would include lay person who are enlightened as well. So then the next verse, so that's the first opening verse of taking refuge. Then after that, 归佛两足尊，归法离欲尊，归僧众众尊. Yeah. In a way, this is then going on to the qualities of the Triple Gem. Yeah. So, 归佛两足尊. So there are two areas, yeah, where he is 圆满具足, yeah, which is we usually say 悲跟不是那个悲跟智呀，悲智，悲智。Yeah, we sometimes also say 福慧哈，福慧。我们 in Buddhism we often say 福慧要双修，福慧双修。Yeah. So merits, yeah, in terms of the merits. And also in terms of the wisdom, the Buddha is complete, perfect. There are some beings in this world who is, one could say identical, or we could say look identical, and that's the wheel turning monarch. Yeah, have very similar it is very similar in terms of merit, yeah, very, very great merit, yeah, but lacking in wisdom, yeah, lacking in wisdom. Then we have, we can say arahants. Yeah, arahants, we can say that at a certain level, equal in wisdom, yeah, at a certain level, but in terms of merit, lacking towards the Buddha. Yeah, whereas the Buddha is perfect in these two areas. Yeah, 归佛两足尊. So we take refuge in this aspect of the Buddha, that he is perfect in his practice, not imbalanced. Yeah, balance in both areas in his practice. In particular, in the perhaps Chinese Mahayana tradition, there's a lot of emphasis on this. Yeah, 福慧要双修. Do you all practice that? Do you all practice 福慧双修? So, how to 修福 huh? Do you know how to 修福? 啊，不会啊？啊 ，don't know how to 修福啊？啊 ，don't know how to cultivate merit? 啊
What is that in English?
Oh, how to cultivate merits? Yeah. So first thing first. When we come and attend Dhamma class, try not to sit there and close your eyes. Yeah. Yeah. Quack. Ah. Yeah. Because do you know that there are quite a few suttas that describe individuals who go to listen to Dhamma talk and then just fall asleep there? Yeah, very bad karma. Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, there are karmic consequences. Even if we don't consider the future life, in this very life, you are actually cultivating this habit. Sit down, close your eyes, sleep. Yeah, and it's not just quite a few of you, a few, even young. I mean, quite. She's not so young anymore, but she looked quite young. The hair quite steady on. Yeah, but one thing I quite admire about Quack, her whole week. Which are the days you attend Dhamma classes?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
5 days a week, no? Although she's retired, she's gainfully retired. Sometimes I look around, I wonder, how many people after retirement will do this? Yeah, a lot of people, before they retire, they say, Sifu, I'm very busy. I'm very busy, I have a lot of things. Yeah, when I have time, when I retire, we see, I wait. I see. Wait until you retire, you see whether you can compare Quack or not. So when we, it is just like if you go for a movie, would you go inside, close your eyes? I mean, some people do that lah, but you are wasting your money, ma. Correct or not? Yeah. Would you go to a tour and then refuse to get off the bus and choose to just sit in the bus and sleep all the way? That may be the case. Yeah. Maybe some. Then got one cave here, one cave there. You travel all the way there, then just come out to look at a small cave. Then after the number 8 cave, like so lah. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But other than that, don't make it a habit. Sit down, close your eyes. Don't. Open your eyes. You don't look at Sifu, look at the Buddha. Yeah, look at the Buddha. Why? Because don't 不要骗自己. Because once you close your eyes, easy for your thoughts to be unclear. Not so easy to maintain clarity. Not so easy. Yeah. I mean, from my angle, I can see everybody clearly. Yeah. Some students, the moment they sit, they close their eyes, and they sit down there. Then when Sifu give talk, then they nod. You know, like, not bad. Yes, I agree. I don't care lah. I don't care whether you agree or not. The truth is the truth. You agree or not, it's still the truth. Yeah, but even more importantly, you sit down there, then you close your eyes. See, I'm saying this, no? Some of you still closing your eyes. Really, I want to throw the glass already. I mean, it's a really very bad attitude, no? Bad habit. Let me ask you all, how many of you remotely feel tired? No, it's okay. I'm sure a lot of people feel tired, isn't it? You know? Yeah, but if the moment you feel tired, then you close your eyes, you are just giving in to your fatigue. Do you think every week, every lesson when Sifu not attend talk, give talks, do you think I'm not tired? Yeah, I tell the volunteers, do you know how many times when I give talks, I'm actually having backache, headache, and whatever ache? Yeah, that's why sometimes I look at students, come and attend class, close your eyes, want to sleep, lie here, lie there, like that. Yeah, do you think sometimes, yeah, there are times where I'm actually having very severe backache. I still sit up. Can I someday like that? Like that, give talk. Yeah, it's about respect for the Dharma. Yeah, and if you cannot even have the minimal modicum respect for the Dharma, how can you expect to learn anything? Cannot. Yeah, so even the present day karma, you're blocking yourself. And the moment you do this, is planting a seed. You don't want to gain in wisdom. Yeah, you don't want to gain in wisdom. So, when we recite all those verses, whether it's the Gui Fo Gui Fa and so on, or when we recite the Heart Sutra, we recite the different verses. Yeah, take it seriously. Yeah, take it seriously. I'm not into chanting one, you know. I tell people very openly, I'm not into chanting. But when I need to chant, I chant loudly, I chant properly. Yeah. Otherwise, like, if I'm not required, I don't chant. Yeah, I'm very honest with you. Yeah. Yeah. Because chanting, it's not that I don't like chanting, no. And it's not that I think chanting is useless. Chanting is a very powerful practice, I tell you. But it is suitable for people whose faith has not been established yet. Yeah. When you do chanting, it can very quickly instill faith in you. It's a devotional practice. So if you are at a stage where your devotion, your faith is not strong yet, you do chanting regularly. Yeah. And you cannot chant like that. Namo like half-hearted like that. Like want to chant, don't want to chant like that. You must really chant out. Namo, wow. Then you can feel, wow, chonga. Yeah. But at some point, then you connect stronger with something else, like the Dharma itself. Yeah. So, 归佛两足尊，归法离欲尊。So, the Dharma has the ability, has this quality to help us to be free of all desires. Yeah, that is free of desires. When we think about desire, we usually think about just about worldly kind of like, well, very carnal kind of desire. But in the teachings, desire can be for the sensual pleasure. It can be desire for concentration as well. Do you know that? Even concentration, yeah. But of course, we don't say that the two desire is the same. Of course, it's different, yeah. But especially for the higher states of desire, when you have tasted some quietude, some bliss in concentration, then it's even easier to get stuck. Even easier to get stuck. Yeah. We call that in the Chinese text, we call it 爱味. Yeah, yeah, 爱味. Yeah, or sometimes they use the word 爱药. Yeah, actually it's 爱乐. Yeah, but my teacher always read as 爱药. Yeah, 会有起爱药心. So basically, craving and delight. Yeah, craving and delight. Craving and delight for what? Concentration in the jhana. For us, initially when we meditate, leg pain, back pain, ache pain, want to sleep, cannot keep your eyes open, no, cannot keep your eyes closed, want to open your eyes. Yeah. Human beings are very strange. You ask them to meditate, they want. You ask them to meditate, they want to open their eyes. You ask them to listen to talk, they want to close their eyes. Yeah. We human beings are. But one day, when you sit long enough, when you sit regularly enough, then you find that your mind starts to quieten, become free of the entanglements of the 5 chords of sensual pleasure. Then at that point in time, your mind conduces towards this state, yeah, away from the stimulations. Then it's easier to enter the quiet state than to get out. And the more you enter, the more you want to stay there and you don't want to get out. So compared to the earlier state, yeah, the agitated sensual pleasure, this is more refined and this is superior. So in this direction, the practice is okay. But moving forward, then the Buddhist practitioner must go and reflect on the faults and danger of even jhana. You must reflect on the faults and danger of first jhana. Then you can go to the second jhana. Reflect on the faults and danger of the second jhana, the superiority of the third jhana, of how it's more sublime, more refined, and more even quieter. Then with that, you practice, and then you go to third jhana. And so on, up to when you're able to enter even fourth jhana. Then even the very sublime, quiet state of equanimity is to be reflected on as having faults and danger. Yeah, and in contrast, enlightenment, nibbana, is most supreme. Of course, if we follow the classical teaching, then this is where you stop. In the Mahayana Bodhisattva path, then we say, even this, yeah, you have to reflect. Oh, this one, in some countries will 引起共愤. In the Bodhisattva path, then you reflect on how Nibbana itself, yeah, Nibbana itself and samsara, yeah, the two, do some reflection on this. Yeah, reflect on the faults and danger of Nibbana. Oh, this one scary, oh, scary to think about. Yeah. Wow, Sifu, how can you say this? But in the Bodhisattva path, the Mahayana teachings, this is part of it. But you must know, okay, you must know, this part of the practice is only applicable to those who are able to enter Parinibbana already. It is just like my nephew, now in Sec 1, yeah, very brilliant kid in HCI. Yeah. So imagine when he was in primary 1, then his mommy will tell him, you must work hard, yeah, you must prepare for PSLE. P1 must prepare, no, maybe P5 or P4, yeah. But now that he has cleared his PSLE, what if Ryan, yeah, get addicted to PSLE? Yeah, don't want to go to Sec 1, still want to stay at P6, yeah, secretly actually never go to school, yeah, and secretly go back to Mahabodhi, secretly go to talk to the principal. Principal, can I apply for special permission to come back for class? Hey, why are you coming back? I thought you got very good grades. You're one of the top, huh? And then you managed to go to Hua Chong, right? Why are you here? But principal, you don't understand. The Miss Elaine quite right. Yeah. You don't understand. I really enjoy being in Mahabodhi. I want to stay in Mahabodhi. If the principal is a good principal, the principal will tell you, no. Mahabodhi is good. P6 is good. But it's just a phase. You're not supposed to stay here. So only for those who have cleared PSLE, then the principal will say that. But if now imagine if Ryan at P5 say, teacher, principal, I want to leave Mahabodhi. But you haven't cleared PSLE. Why do you want to go? No, I just don't want to be in Mahabodhi anymore. Then is that a problem? That's the problem. So the Mahana teaching sometimes seen out of context seem very strange. Yeah. But it is within that context. For those who are already past the worldly attachments, those who have cultivated to a certain point, then the great bodhisattvas. Yeah. Also not for the unenlightened bodhisattvas who say this. We are not there yet. For the great bodhisattvas, yeah, with their wisdom and skillful means, yeah, to sort of give a pointer to those who are on the first, second, third, or even the fourth fruit. Yeah. Then to highlight to them, hey, you have great potential, you know. Why do you want to stay here? So, the third one, 归生众众尊. Yeah. So the Mahasangha, yeah, the Mahasangha, in its totality, with just now I mentioned already. Actually, when we refer to the triple gem, my teacher actually make a very important exclusion here. He said that Sangha itself refers to mainly monastics. But when we say Seng Bao, yeah, Seng Bao, the assembly that is considered a gem, the way he put it is, then it basically refers to the enlightened Sangha, Aryan Sangha. In a way, I think he has a point, because the Buddha did refer to Aryan Sangha. But in many places, when the Buddha referred to Sangha, he didn't quite make that distinction. And even while the Sangha consists of those who are enlightened and those who are halfway there and those who just started, the Buddha referred to the Sangha as a whole. Yeah. He don't have distinction like, okay, fall in, okay, those who are Arahant, okay, sit here, then Sakadagami sit here, the Anagami sit here, then and so on, Sotapanna sit here. Yeah, he don't do that. Or those new monk, not enlightened one, sit here. Buddha, I ordained for 30, 40 years, how? Then, but you are not enlightened one, sit there. You sit behind, you're not enlightened, you sit behind. No, the Buddha never makes such a distinction. In fact, the order that we sit is according to the number of years we ordain, not according to how enlightened we are. Yeah. So, we can refer to the third one in that we take refuge in the Sangha in its totality. Yeah, where the Sangha as a whole is an example for us. But of course, when we say example, sometimes we may say, but Sifu, not sometimes I see you sitting meditation, you also tuku. Then how can you be my example? Don't look at the time when I tuku lah. I'm sure there are sometimes I sit, oh, very good, ma. Like, you know, I always tell people, like, you know, when we see the Buddha image, right? You always see the Buddha image in a perfect state. You know, like that, yeah? Or like this, or like that, yeah? I always tell the volunteers, did the Buddha eat? Yes, the Buddha eat, ma. So when the Buddha eat, did the Buddha have to open the mouth to eat? Have or not? Have, right? Then how come they don't carve the Buddha eating? Right? Yeah, because this is not inspiring of faith. Yeah, right? Then okay, I don't know whether the Buddha sneezed or not. Yeah, don't seem to have any account of the Buddha sneezing. Yeah, so the Sangha is totality. Yeah, from those who are newly ordained to those who start to practice, to those who, from the novices to the fully ordained monk and nuns and so on, yeah, to those who have perfected, who are complete in their precepts, to those who, even those who practice the precepts, but sometimes we may have this kind of thoughts. Oh, how about those who are not so perfect in their precepts, or maybe not so perfect in their teachings, or maybe not so perfect in their concentration? How about those? Yeah. How about all this? So when we look at the descriptions by the Buddha, you find that the Buddha actually include all of them. Yeah. So in this totality, we take refuge in them. Yeah. They serve as an example for our practice. Yeah. They also serve as a guide to guide us on how we can practice. How come one question? You all ask more questions. So they're supposed to be, I will answer short answer. Yes. Okay, answer. Okay.
So a lot of time when you ask a lot of people, right, they say they are Buddhists. Then upon asking them more, actually they say they pray to Goddess of Mercy. Then also, this is one of the misconceptions. The other thing is also, there's a lot of, what about trans person, are they, is part of Buddhism?
Okay.
Especially a lot of people, a lot of deities, like they go in trance, especially Goddess of Mercy. Is it part of the Buddhist tradition?
So the first question, that there are people who say that they are Buddhists, and then they say that they pray to Goddess of Mercy.
Yeah, especially the one at Waterloo Street. Everybody prays. Yeah.
When we say Goddess of Mercy, this is based on the earlier translation, yeah, or the Englishification. Yeah. Yeah, the earlier text, sometimes they write down Goddess of Mercy. Yeah. But it actually refers to Guan Si Yin Pusa. But why Goddess of Mercy? This has perhaps more to do with the translator than the belief itself or the practice itself. So at least there's one part that is correct, which is the mercy part. But now we know that the word mercy may not be a very good translation also. It's more correct to say the loving kindness and compassion. Yeah, the great compassionate one. Yeah. But maybe 100 years later, people may feel that compassion is not an accurate word as well. Yeah, because words, the meaning of words keep on changing, Yeah. So then the question is, does that make them Buddhist? Maybe you can consider this. How about those who pray to the Buddha? Buddha is very clearly Buddhist, right? How about those that have Buddha image at home? Yeah, maybe they also chant Namo Pansi Sijang Monifo, or they chant Itipiso. Yeah, or they chant Om Mani Padme Hum, does that then make them a Buddhist? Yeah, so if we go by the strict definition of what a Buddhist is, then the person must have taken refuge. Yeah. In other words, the person have at some point accepted the Buddha as the teacher. Yeah, taken the Buddha as a teacher. Yeah. Otherwise, then it's more of a folk belief. Yeah, folk religion, folk belief. But in Buddhism in Singapore, we don't go and enforce the strict definition. What is more important is not that we do this, but why we do this. Yeah, we don't enforce such a strict definition. Yeah, in part out of compassion. Yeah, why out of compassion? Why is that compassion? So I tell people this. Many years back in the Heart Sutra class, I tell them this. You know, my grandma is indirectly responsible for me being a monk. She never talked to me about Buddhism actually, but because of her decision, the whole family go to the temple. Amma kêu lang ke, lang dong ke ai ke. Yeah, Amma say go temple, everybody go temple. Very simple. Yeah, in those days, no explanation. Why ha? Piak le ke gọi cái con. Mengenai zui. In fact, we never even get to ask that question. Yeah, who dare to ask? Yeah, who in the right frame of mind? Even if you get drunk, you don't dare to ask. So you end up going. So I asked students, if we go by the strict definition, she's not really a Buddhist, or in some ways. In some ways, she is. For example, I mean, to be fair to my Amma, I mean, she's passed away so many years. I never know whether what Buddhism is, Four Noble Truths. Like, can you imagine, Amma, Leah Four Noble Truths, babe? Yeah. Yeah, you know, most of the Amma last time just jia, yeah, and maybe liang hut. Yeah. I only remember that when she goes to a temple, she's sitting in one of the front row, wearing the black color hai qing. Yeah. Does she wear the man yi? No, she never wear. Yeah. So my impression is this. So imagine if our late master Wu Feng长-Lao, imagine if he put down his hand and say strict. Then if he demands, Niang Long Zhong bo o hut na, Si Seng Di Bei Yao, Si Seng Di, Bei Yao, Bei Yao ma, then msi hu gao dao, chut. Then you know what happened? If that old master enforce it, then my Buddhist, maybe go to Tope Kongbyo. Then today is Chuan Guan Dao Shi. Yeah, but maybe if she go to Tope Kongbyo, then Tope Kongbyo also strict enforcement. Do you know what is San Qing Gong or not? You know what is Tai San Lao Jun or not? Do you read Dao De Si Fei Dao, Ming Ke Ming, Si Fei? Do you know or not? Don't know. Then how? Then maybe she go to church. Then today, in the end, you have Father Rob, Father Smith, Father Lim. Yeah. Then it'll be like, okay, very happy to have all of you. Yeah. Today we will turn to Psalm. Today we look at Matthew. Yeah. So, out of compassion, not that we are trying to get more people in. No, but it's out of compassion. Yeah. One very good example. Don't know whether this is sensitive. Imagine if in school, the school system, like from P1 to P2, right? What is required for you to go from P1 to P2? What is the requirement? Minimally, what's the requirement? Huh? You see, he don't even know whether there's a requirement. Why? Because he's above the requirement. So he never know. Yeah? Of course there's a requirement lah. Then you go there, just then...
Last time my teacher said if you can read ABCD, then you can promote.
Your time lah, not his time lah. his time, you know, P1 already, P-plug already, no. Yeah. Yeah, my time also sama. My time, I remember I do plasticine, you know. Yeah, sometimes the whole period people studying, then my teacher said, okay, you go there and then make the toy zoo. Yeah. I remember there was like, I think at least several weeks or months, every day I go to class, that particular class, I don't do anything. I just go to the side. You know, last time there's a cupboard at the side, right? Then I was responsible. My duty in class was to make the toy zoo, plasticine zoo. Yeah, now that I think about it, how come I don't have to attend class? Somehow I still clear. Yeah, so I suspect I'm one of those hyper one. So teacher bo pian, you go and do that. You know, then I can get to go to P2 or can go to P3, P4, then somehow go to secondary school, somehow go to 10 points, then somehow go to NTU, then somehow still can come out. Yeah, so very similar, no? If now instead, okay, in primary school, starting from primary school, if you don't get 100%, you cannot go to P2, then jialat lor. Then next time, Ryan, next time your kid, no, not you, no, your kid next time entering P1, right? Then you bring your kid over, then you look at her, hey, bring your kid. Then that guy say, no, I'm coming for class. Why? Because never clear P1. Because if you set the bar too high, nobody can clear what. I mean, even for you, did you get full marks in P1? You didn't also what? Correct or not? So that's why in Buddhism, we don't set the bar so high. Yeah. Can you want to set? Can. Set so high lor. You don't understand everything, cannot say that you are Buddhist. Then okay lor, nobody Buddhist. Then this year, 1.6 million Buddhists, next year, 0. Everybody fail. Give people a chance. Yeah, this is the Buddhist attitude. Yeah, as long as they come in, even people who come in and just eat cha bee hoon don't want to learn jia, ganga jia. Yeah, it's true. I heard so many of the senior monks have this kind of mindset. I heard from Zhang Hui Fa Shi. He said it was said that when he was in Australia, then they have the service, right? The chanting. Then after that, there's always cha bee hoon ma. Chinese temple always have cha bee hoon. That's default one. You have maybe at least some food lah. Then there are some local Australians, like the workers, they will come and then they look see, then they come and eat, no. Never go and do chanting. They are not even Buddhists, what, probably. But Zhang Hui Fa said, yeah, 这样子eat。吃不懂是吃了几年了。
吃了就会进去了。
对咯，跟他结善缘了。eat until one day they also paiseh. Then they ask, is there anything you need us to help to do? Can. So help to do a bit of things here, do a bit of things there. Then gradually, then they start to form that link. Then eventually start to learn Dharma. We are all at different stages. 50步笑100步，半斤八两，都在这条路上。Yeah. So, as far as those who profess to be Buddhist, if you dare to say that you're Buddhist, okay, you'll be Buddhist. Then the second part, how about those medium? Yeah, tangki lah, basically. Not tauki, tangki. In Buddhism, we don't say that it's possible. We don't say that it's impossible to have medium, but we say that if it's Guan Yin Pusa don't need a medium to appear. Don't need. Yeah. But to me, it's just like, you know, iPhone. There are those companies who want to make a look-alike iPhone because it's very popular. Like now, is there some crappy phone? Like Panasonic, for example. Time ago there is, yeah. Like okay, Siemens last time also had phone, but you see, nobody ever go and duplicate a Siemens phone because not so popular. So why are there so many Guan Yin Pusa out there? Because popular so people 山寨版 Guan Yin Pusa. Yeah.
But Sifu, actually you say that Bodhisattva appear in many forms.
Yeah.
So this type of medium, could it be, I mean, is a form of...
Could it be a form of Guan Yin Pusa? I don't say that it cannot be. But to simply say that it could be, so it must be, that's a stretch. We can say that it could be, but we need to verify. Yeah, it's just like now, if someone come to you and say, hey, I sell this iPhone, and then tell you that $500, would you say, oh, okay, I buy, I buy? You will double check, hey, you sure not? This one iPhone. Apple logo, iPhone, okay, turn on, looks like iPhone, double check. And even if it's real, then you have to ask yourself, why do I want to buy it from you off the street? So if with something as simple as a phone, we go through such a stringent test, how can we be less stringent when it comes to Guan Yin Pusa?
So, but in the Buddhist tradition now, we don't have one. It's not in the text anywhere that there's such.
No, there's no such a thing. There's no such a thing. But fortunately, those that is the Tiao Tang Guan Yin Pusa one, never tell people to go and do funny things lah. Usually to me it's kind of like ghostwriter, you know. Yeah, you know, like there are a lot of books out there that says that it's written by Tom Clancy, written by this person, that person. But I'm not saying Tom Clancy for the records. I'm not saying. I don't know that many writers. But there are a lot of writers. They use ghost writers. That means it's actually written by somebody else, but labeled as that person. And of course, in today's world, those are officially known, as in the person commissioned them to write. Yeah. But last time, some people, when they have some ideas, they write down a manuscript, but they are unknown. And because they are unknown, if they write down Tan A Gao, yeah, or they put down, wow, they have this marvelous idea, and they put Venerable Chuan Guan, then people see, they read the title, wow, quite interesting title. Then they see Venerable Chuan Guan, who is this man? Maybe they don't even open the book. But if you have a nice title, then you put the Dalai Lama. Wow, this one must see, this one must see. And this is how a lot of writers in the past give up their name so that their ideas can live on. I like to think that in a similar way, maybe some of the Tiao Tang is like that. Now, bear in mind, if you ask me, I've heard, I don't know how true, but I've heard from some people who know insider one. They say that they knowingly tell me that there are some, it's actually gay one, but there are some there's really something that enter them. So let's look at the one that is really something entering them. The one gay one, don't have to talk about. So the real one, I like to think that So far, as I said, I never heard of any mediums that tell people, to solve your problem, you must go and rob the bank. Never lah. Yeah. There may be those who go and rob a bank and then give the excuse to say that, oh, they heard a medium tell them to rob a bank. That one can be possible, but actually no medium so far ever tell people to go and rob the bank. So to me, it is possible that maybe the spirit, the spirit that is being conjured, that is being tranced, is trying to do good also. But if they appear and say, I am so and so, then the person who go to the temple, but I want to hear advice from Guan Yin Pusa ma. Then who are you? Oh, I'm Tang A Gao spirit. Tang A Gao spirit? Then not Guan Yin Pusa. No. I have to be frank with you. That day I attend Venerable Chuan Guan's talk, I have to be frank. Then do you think people will listen? Even if it's the best advice, you won't listen. No? So, okay lah, Guan Yin Pusa, Guan Yin Pusa. Yeah. But this is my own take. Important thing is the advice given. This is one thing that is quite interesting. I've heard a lot of anecdotes about how, for example, recently a student told me, the son, stomach upset problem, this and that, go for specialists, this and that, nobody can fix the problem. Go to one of these medium, your son is allergic to brown rice. Cannot eat brown rice. Like that. So, how? So the mother, who is my student, okay lor, try lor. Stop eating brown rice. Within a few days, all problems stop. Better than specialists. Never do CAT scan, CT scan, whatever scan. Never scan. Yeah. This is just one example. Now, having said this, I'm going on record. Having said this, it is like, for example, if your phone phone got problem, you ask one phone specialist, the person can solve it for you. But there's no guarantee that solving your phone problem will liberate you from suffering. You can be relieved temporarily of this suffering. But doesn't mean that you will not get upset over the phone anymore, Other problems, you can get upset again. Yeah. Maybe when your phone hangs, you only have this problem. After your phone is okay, then you sync all the messages, then you see some messages, you get even more upset. So while in Buddhism we don't simply deny every other thing, but we say we don't take refuge in that. Why? Because without wisdom, then whether this problem is solved or that problem is solved, your mind is still not necessarily at peace. Only temporary relief. Sorry, just now I answered the first question. I took too long. 一时发挥过火. Yeah. Any other questions? Last question. Yes.
Let me share something.
About donkey one.
Maybe quite tough.
Oh, you walk in front someone. Okay.
So I think easier for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. Because today I attend a talk at the fellowship. It's talking about enjoyment and joy. So we should not indulge in enjoyment, as I said. So there is amongst these two extremes ought not to be practiced by one who has gone forth from the household life. There is addiction to indulgence of sense pleasure.
Sensual pleasure.
That means see, hear,
Yes.
smell,
Taste, touch.
I got problem.
Oh, you got problem.
I like to see spring flower, summer hill, autumn leaf, winter snow. I like to smell rose. I like to hear chirping of the bird, flowing of the water. I like to touch the nature. So, is that wrong?
What is wrong?
Doing all this because it's really I enjoy it. But it's Mother Nature will give to us.
Mother Nature give to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So should we not actually enjoy all these things that Mother Nature gives to us?
Good. Good question. Come, sit down so that my neck. Already sometimes I get stiff neck.
No, it's okay, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So I often tell students, in Buddhism, we seldom see you cannot. You seldom see this word. Like just now when we recite. Like we seldom see, like just now when we recite, Panatipata Vairamani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. Yeah. The first precept, to undertake, to abstain from killing. If you literally translate, there's the implicit I, undertaking this training rule to abstain from killing. It's not so much the Buddha saying, you should not kill. You cannot kill. Sometimes I joke with students, why cannot kill? You can kill it. In fact, between you and me, I'm even more capable of killing. I was trained in Taekwondo. Then they're like, can I say, can as in ability, but do I want to? It is not that Buddhists cannot kill. It's that we choose not to kill. It is not that you can or cannot look at beautiful things, delight in lovely sound. You can. But the question is, what do you want? If what you want is to enjoy the momentary, temporal, short-lived visual, audio, olfactory senses, and then after that get caught up in the cycle. If this is what you want, then why not cannot? The context of that sutta is towards the monks. And by definition, the bhikshus, the monks, are those who have made the commitment or make the decision in the long term. The long-term direction is to strive towards enlightenment. So for someone who want to do that, then you may not want to be delighting in the sights, sound, smell, taste, touch. It is just like, consider this. Now we are in Geylang. To go to Changi Airport, we can go from this place and then go down the road and enter into PIE. Which direction? PIE. Then go towards the east. Or you can go down Sims Avenue all the way. For those who want to go to Changi Airport, this is the direction you should go. For those who want to go to Jurong, also go into PIE, but in the opposite direction. For some, that will answer the question. For others, they may like to hear me more. For others, they may feel gao. 3 examples is no. Do you understand?
No.
Okay, good. I was hoping you would say no, then I can say more. So, it's not so much that you cannot delight in the autumn blossom, the spring blossom and autumn leaf and so on and so forth. It is that unenlightened beings, when we see this, the tendency is we would delight in it, and with that delight become stuck with it. And so for those who don't want to be stuck, then of course you shouldn't be spending time to nurture and encourage that. Yeah. So not so much that you cannot or you should not, but the first question to ask is, where do you want to go? Yeah. What do you want to achieve, or what do you want to arrive at the end of the day?
So probably just pass.
Yeah,
just move on.
So, so there's also this notion that, or rather, I used to have this notion, thinking that cultivation means don't see, don't hear, don't smell, don't taste, don't touch. Yeah. Or even if you see, hear, smell, taste, touch, you are oblivious of what you have seen, heard, smelled, tasted, and touched. Yeah. I used to unconsciously think this way. Yeah. And it seems quite okay, because those who are very picky about food usually are very attached about what they tasted, right? So those who are not so picky about food seems to be more cultivated, I used to think in that way. But then later on, as I learned more Dhamma, I realized that cultivation is not simply, not simply, but it's not even about that. Yeah, it's those who actually do more practice. It doesn't mean that they don't know what they tasted. It is that they know it very clearly, what they really tasted. Not just in terms of that momentary taste that is usually exaggerated in the mind and then collates with a lot of memories and emotions together. But they really taste it as it really is. That they see clearly that this food has a collection of different tastes arising at different times and then subsiding sequentially. And once the taste is over, there's really no taste. But many times we allow the taste to linger on, and we hold on to the taste. And after holding on to the taste, we post the taste, the picture of the taste online, and then we talk about the taste. Yeah, and then we discuss about the taste. How's the food, nice or not? Yeah, we continue to let the taste fester in our mind. Cultivators are aware of the taste also. But because they stop spinning stories about the taste, they know the taste as it is. So if you were to drive past and you see color as color, yeah, no problem. At a certain level, of course, again, P1, 50 points also pass, 60 points also pass, 100 points also pass. Depend on how fast you want to pass. So at one level, we can say that if you pass by and you see the beautiful flowers, and you appreciate that there are beautiful flowers, and you don't stop the car and then take pictures, you don't stop the car, take pictures, and then pluck out the flowers. You don't do that. That's not bad. Because there are people who will do that. 路上的野花不要乱采哦。Stop by then, hey, this one quite nice, then take. But then for some, then there's a next level. That they don't even see they don't see that there is flowers also. They see that there's only colors. No form, no conceptual fabrication on what is seen. Then there are those who go further. They see the colors, but they don't see the name of the colors. Then there are those who go even beyond that. They see that there are colors. They see that the names are given. They see that with certain patterns of the colors, then there are names given to describe this as flowers. And so they see everything as they are. But they also see that all these are conditional and fabricated. And so seeing that way, they do see that there is that brilliance and everything, but no real flower to begin with. Huh?
Don't sushi. I read it away. Don't sushi.
They are not attached to that association. Yeah. At the later stage, they also know that there is such an association, but they are not attached to that association. So depend on which past grade you want.
So it's not wrong.
In a sense. Of course, there are those who are happy to just stop by the car and then plug. Yeah. Okay. So if there are no further questions, then every month we will probably have AMA. Yeah. So this is the first session. So I think I hope you all have gotten the opportunity to ask your questions. For future ones, if you all have a certain theme or topic in mind, you all can also send me a PM or just post into the chat group. Yeah. Then after that, once it's finalized, yeah, everyone who come for the AMA can maybe, sometimes maybe your friends or your colleagues or your family members, maybe they have questions but they are shy. Yeah. Then you can help to collate and put together. Then you can ask. Okay? Put our palms together. 愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。